Hello, can you guys hear me? You should be able to hear me. If you can comment and tell me you can hear me, I'd really appreciate it. You should be able to hear me, but you never know. Sounds great. Awesome. And can you guys hear the piano? You should be able to. Awesome. Yeah, I think that's a little better than me doing it from my phone. A little late, so I don't expect a big turnout. We usually have about 50 people here for the Q&As. But we'll see. This Q&A can also spontaneously morph into just me playing. We'll see if people show up. How's everybody doing? How's all 2.5, 3 of you doing? And where does my stream find you? Nice. Oh, we have like 5 people now. We're killing it. Yeah, I figured I'd go online and test this whole thing. Do I know Abraham Laboriel and no, I do know Abraham, and I have collaborated with him numerous times. I also went to college with his son, so Matteo. I'm friends with Matteo, and I met Abe Laboriel Sr. here in LA. I was playing some kind of gig somewhere. I think the Baked Potato. And so Abe's there, and I think we both got hired to play for someone, and then we did the gig, and then we sort of started talking. I was in 2019 or early 2020. I was on tour, and he emailed me saying he heard I was out with Larry Carlton, who he is good friends with and played with a lot. Yeah, Abe is great. He's awesome. I remember we were playing this really tough tune. We were playing this really hard song. It was like meter changes all the time. And it was time for him to do the bass solo, right? And like one bar is in 4/4, another bar is in 5/4, another bar is in 3/8. Like it's crazy. And so he starts doing his bass solo, and then he starts like jumping up and down and doing his like solo ritual. And I was like, there's no way he can do that and stay in the form of this really difficult song that changes meters all the time. and he pulled it off, and he was dead on. I was like, I can't believe he jumped up and down through that whole thing. I know him well, Abe Sr. I worked for an airline, flew his sister. Oh, very cool. Nice. That's cool. Hey, David, what's going on? I'm just here doing a late Q&A. And maybe playing something, and I maybe should have done it 3 hours ago, but I wasn't home. And I'll do it again. I like this new setup. Now I can kind of do this whole thing, and you guys can hear me well, and you can hear the piano well, and I can answer questions, I can play, as opposed to me just like running around with my phone. Chick. So sorry about your pal, Chick. Chick, yeah. Yeah, it's really awful. It's really awful. I have no idea how this came to be, and so quickly they discovered this thing, cancer, supposedly. It's really terrible. It's really terrible. And the whole community is messed up over it. I was just on FaceTime today with another piano player, a friend of mine, who's in New York right now. We had a long talk. He worked with Chick. He recorded with him and was friends with him. It's really terrible. Oh, there's 18 people here. Guys, awesome. Let's do questions. Love it. Make me feel important. My self-esteem is on the rocks today. No, I'm kidding. It's not on the rocks today. It's always on the rocks. I'm joking, guys. Manuel says, I enjoy your playing. Thank you, Manuel. Thank you so much. I like that. I'm trying to play it as best as I can. And I'm hopefully getting a little better over the years. And yeah, I had a long chat about that today with my friend Gotti, who is amazing piano player. And Chick loved him, and they recorded together, and so that's that. The whole thing with Chick is just, I don't know what else is there to say. It's just so awful. It's really awful. I play and I'm inspired by you. Thank you. That's really cool. I'm really happy to hear it. I'm really happy to hear this. This is that's good news. That's there could be worse things I could be doing with my time than making music I like and inspire someone. My dream is to hear you live. Oh, where do you live? Where do you stay? What is it like playing with the Bruner brothers? It's like, oh man, what is it like? It's like, well, it depends on the night. It depends on the night. It depends on the gig. Me, Ron, and Steven used to be, for a hot second here in LA, like the rhythm section that we did all the gigs, all the like cool LA R&B hip hop gigs together in 2010, 2011, 2009. So we were just playing pocket like crazy. And then we did other things for Ronald's band. Was it like, it's wild. It's a wild ride. Ronald in particular. It's a wild ride. If you catch Ronald, when he feels like playing, it's really amazing to play with him. And Steven is also very musical always. Like you guys know that. Oh, you were watching the videos their mom posted, right? Miss Bruner, yeah. Oh man, that was us playing at the Baked Potato, and then there's a video somewhere where the three of us are playing at her graduation. She had like a theology course that she took, and the three of us played background music. It's hysterical. Manuel, you're in San Jose? If you're in San Jose, there's a very good chance you're going to hear me play. Yo, what's going on, folks? Yeah. It was crazy to play with those folks, with Steven and Ron. Ron just called me the other day. He's doing some kind of television show, and Steven lives across the street from me, but I never see him because everyone's cooped up. Manuel says, I've been to the Baked Potato numerous times. Yeah, man. I mean, when times are good, we play at the Potato all the time with Bob Reynolds. I do other stuff. I played there with Abe Sr. a bunch. Hopefully that's coming back soon. Hey, Ruslan, what you doing? What am I doing? I'm testing out my new setup where I can talk into the microphone for the Q&As, and I can also play. And it's a lot better than what I did before, which was run around with my cell phone. I think this is a lot more solid. And we have like 23 people here. That's really cool. If you guys can click like on the video stream so more people see it, that'd be really great. I know it's annoying and I hate asking people that. But if you click like, if all of you right now click like, YouTube will shove this video in the face of a bunch of people. And they might join us for the stream. So if it's not too hard, just smash that like button for me. Thank you dearly. Look at that. Yeah, we're having like a bunch of people here. And it's a funny feeling. It's a funny feeling doing a Q&A because on the one hand, I feel like, here, I'm important. Come ask me questions, you fools. On the other hand, I tell myself not to feel bad about it because whenever I do these, people thank me and they're like, thanks so much for answering the question. So I'm like, well, maybe I should just not feel self-conscious and just do it. I'm sending you so much love from San Francisco, California. Thank you for being such an inspiration. God bless you. Oh, Ferdell, thank you so much, my friend. That's really kind. That's awesome. Thank you. Thanks for your course on modes. It's great. Thank you so much. You checked out the course, Charles? Thanks. The next course about playing outside the changes is dropping in like a couple of weeks. I'm almost done editing it. Hey, Enrico. Thanks for joining us. Question on the pace of improvement. Been practicing a lot, and some days I feel like I've made breakthrough, but then a couple of days later it can feel like I've lost whatever gains I've made. Yeah, I think tracking improvement is not something you do over days. These kinds of things are measured in weeks. And so if after a while you're not getting better, whatever, of course, adjust course and adjust how you practice. But don't, measure your own temperature every 2 days, so to speak. Don't give a blood test every 2 days. It'll be the same blood test. Measure it in weeks. Looking forward to seeing you, Bob and Yannick, at the Potato again sometime soon, Ruslan. I also share a birthday with Bob's wife. Ha! That's cool. The last gig was on the birthday. That's really cool. That's really good, VR. That's awesome. Nora. She's awesome. She's great. Kelly says, hope you come back to Oregon. My God, I hope I come back to Oregon. I love Oregon. All the best to you, Ruslan. Enjoy the course, too. Thanks so much for that. VR, thank you for checking it out. The next course is coming. Next course is on playing outside the changes. People are always asking me, how do you play outside the changes? So it's a topic I hate, but I feel like it's important for someone to make sense on that topic. So I attempted to make sense on it, and I created a whole course about it. And it's coming very soon. Salvador, Central America, I love your music. Oh, Eric, thank you so much. Hi, Ruslan from El Salvador. Thank you. Oh my God, I love your music. That's great. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, top 3 pianists you listen to that are alive and at the top of their game today. Brad Meldau is alive and at the top of his game, I would say. I'd say Aaron Parks would be another one. And a couple. It's all the young guys at the top of their game. They're all beasts. Freaking Aaron, Taylor Egsty, like, those guys are all monsters. And I love listening to them play. And I do. And they're all young and they're alive and they're at the top of their game. Mike asks, Hey, Ruslan, how do you transform feeling into music? In the same way you transform feeling into language. You feel it, and you have sufficient command of the English language, such that when you just start talking, your feelings just start happening. If you're upset, Mike, and you talk to me, I have a feeling I'm going to be able to read through your talking that you're upset. Do you know why that is? Because you're upset, and because you control the English language so good that it doesn't get in the way. You just get to be your feelings if you choose. I think the same happens with music. You just have to have sufficient command of the language such that it no longer inhibits the straight line from your feelings or what have you right into your instrument. How important is working on ear training for getting strong at motif development? Well, let's see. While I don't really see a direct correlation, at the same time I have to say that it literally helps with everything. Like, ear training is something that's going to help you. There's nothing that good ear isn't gonna help you with. You understand? Like, it will help you with freaking everything. Why? Because it's music, right? Your ear is the primary source through which you process music. So the more discerning your ear is, the more it can discern what's going on in the music, the better you're going to process what's coming in, right? I always tell people, strive at feeling the music with your heart and understanding the music with your mind. Not either or, but both. So a good relative pitch is a big help with that, I think. Do I think it's more important to have better ear or reading skills? Diego is asking. Better ear or reading? I think it depends on what you want to do in the world. Many classical piano players don't have a great ear. Then they also don't need it because they just read music. And if someone asks them to play a piece and they have to, enrich their repertoire and learn new pieces, they read it. It's important that they read really well because they have to learn a bunch of pieces all the time and new pieces, new stuff to learn. So, of course, for them, the ability to read is more important than the ear. But if you're a jazz musician, for example, then of course the ear is more important. If you're any kind of improvising musician of any genre, then of course the ear is more important. If you're playing bar gigs, the ear is more important. If you play pop, it depends what you want to do with your music. But for most things aside from classical music, I would say that having a good ear is absolutely much more important. What have I been listening to lately? Oh, this past 2 days I was listening to the soundtrack of Wicked, the musical. I was somewhat familiar with it, but then my friend played me a song from it that just knocked my socks off, and I went back and started re-listening to the whole thing again. It's funny with listening. I no longer live with records like I used to. Like, there'd be a record and I'd wear it out for 4 months when I was young. I no longer do that. But I'll still listen to stuff here and there. Like, I'll do small samples. Could be a dumb question, but how can I train my ear to get better? If you have a smartphone, You can use this app. I have this app and I love it. Let me find it. I'm looking for it on my phone right now. Wait, where is this app? It's an ear training app, and it's freaking amazing. Let me find it. What's the name of this? Ella. Here's the app. It's called Ella. Download for ear training, you guys. For ear training, download an app called Ella. 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 It's a really good app to help you with your ear training. Like, I love it. Have I been to Mexico? Have I visited Mexico, Diego? Yes, many times. I love being there. I've been to Mexico a bunch. I love your album. Oh, Christian was the concertmaster for Wicked for 10 years? That's cool. I didn't know that. Mark says, I love your album, A Lifetime Away. Demure touches my heart every time I hear it. What key signature is in the beginning? Haven't figured it out. Demure is probably my favorite song. Thank you so much, Mark. It's probably my favorite song on the record. What key is in the beginning? I don't remember. I'd have to hear it. Hold on. I don't remember. Let me check it out. What key is that in? Maybe G? 1 second. Ruslan Sirota in the beginning. In the beginning. I think it's an E. I see. It's an E major. That song. What are the most important skills that a well-rounded jazz pianist must have? Well, good time, good sound, good tone. Ability to improvise on chord changes, obviously, if you're a jazz pianist. Ability to accompany other instruments. Repertoire, good rhythm, good swing. That's kind of the toolbox, I think, with that stuff. You can go pretty far, and of course each one of these things you're going to keep perfecting for the rest of your life. But if those things are of a sufficient level, for lack of a better word, then I think you're good to go and play Holiday Inn gigs at the lobby in the lobby of the hotel. I'm joking. I've played a million of those gigs, by the way. You can fly with me free to Mexico, Russ, said Manuel. Oh my God, thank you. That's awesome. I love Mexico. I Playa del Carmen, I was in Cancun, I was Mexico City, I was Guadalajara. I love it there. You mentioned tone as a pianist. What can you do to improve that? Oh, man. Well, first of all, stay conscious of that it's there, Lewis. Most people, do you know, once you play enough, even like this particular instrument, your fingers start to adjust to produce the kind of tone you hear. That happens. It's largely in your head, and try to imitate the song of the tone that you want. Try to create a tone that you want. You should have a picture, some kind of. Was this good tone that I was just playing with, or is not? Then play some classical music. Classical music is designed in such a way that you can't play it with shit tone. It's just gonna sound awful. Right? So you have to get the tone. So play some classical stuff. Any advice to comp at fast tempos? Juan is asking. Yeah. Have a play along of tunes and practice comping them in medium tempos. And then when you're comfortable and kind of bored, increase the tempo a little bit. And then I have a video that's called How to Practice. Is that? No, that's not the video. I have the video that's called The Secret Formula for Growth. In that video on my channel, I talk about how to improve these kinds of things. You have to basically find a sweet spot between the tempo that you're comfortable in, super comfortable in, and the tempo that you're completely not comfortable in because it's too fast, right? You have to find a sweet spot where you comp, where you can feel like you can still comp, but it's just a little challenging, right? It's not too challenging, just a little challenging. So then practice there for a while. Make sure it's not too hard, because otherwise you won't grow. Make sure it's not too easy, because then also you won't grow. Make sure it's just right, challenging but doable. And that's, and then eventually that will become comfortable, and then you can increase the tempo a little bit. And then that tempo will now be challenging but doable. And then slowly, essentially increase tempo, and you'll get there. Hello, Ruslan. When I'm improvising, I feel like I use the same rhythmic motifs all the time. What would you recommend me to improve that? Love your music, by the way. Thank you. What would I recommend? I would recommend literally writing out a couple of rhythmic motifs that you never use and deliberately improvising with those as an exercise. For instance, let me demonstrate. Like, let's see. Like something like, you decide, for instance, like, by the way, I have those motifs too. I have stuff that I play all the time that I hate. So the way I get away from that is I'll practice displacement. I'll practice rhythmic displacement. I'll take a motif and start moving it around. Like, I'll show you 1 second. I'll demonstrate it. Like, I always play this motif, for example, right? You see, I always do this motif, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, right? So I'm gonna move it 1/8 to the right. 1. 1. It used to be this, and now it's this 1. I can move it around more, for instance, on beat 2. 1. 1, 2. Beat 3, beat 4, 1, 2, 3. Same motif. Beat 4, 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3. So basically, just decide to deliberately, practice different rhythmic motifs so that they get into your ear. Favorite trumpet players today? Oh, favorite trumpet players. Mine are Lee Morgan and Chet. Yeah. See, those guys, I don't really consider them favorites or not, because they're like, it's like, I don't know. Of course, like, they don't even count because they're the classics. They're, they're the basis of everything. But maybe of the younger guys, I think I think Ambrose is a great trumpet player today. Philip Dizak is another amazing player who I got to work with last year. Amazing player. And of course, all the classics. How important are goal notes in improving, and what's the best way to practice this tool? Could you tell me what you mean by goal notes, David, so that I understand your question better? Ruslan, I really respect and like your work. Possibly a hard question. How to stay motivated? Sometimes I lose the desire. Do you? Of course I do. All the time. Absolutely. Unfortunately, this question has nothing to do with my area of expertise. I am not well versed in the field of adjusting the human mind. Or certainly, I'm not well enough versed to dispense advice. Because your question could have been about a diet or an exercise routine, right? Like sometimes I don't feel like it. Yeah. Sometimes I don't feel like it either. And usually, if I don't feel like it, I, at this point, don't do it. I used to force myself. It's really, it kind of backfired and blew up in my face. So I practice a little bit now when I feel like it, and this way it doesn't become a chore, and I can stay in shape and sort of, I don't have to hate practicing, which is much worse than not practicing, I think. I don't really know what to do in those cases. If I don't feel like practicing these days, I'm not practicing. But I'm also, 40, and I practiced a lot. And I'm going to practice. And what happens with me is if I don't feel like practicing, I end up practicing. If I don't feel like practicing and I allow myself not to practice, I'll usually come back in a day or two because I didn't stress myself out with having to do it. I let myself not practice when I didn't want to practice. And then I was just like, well, I let myself relax when I didn't want to do it. And then usually a day or two later, I want to do it again. And then I practice. I try not to force myself, but that's just me. It could be different, methods for different people. Can I recommend a book for voicings? I can't because because I never studied voicings from a book and I never really sought out to find one. I think Mark Levine has a book. Mark Levine. That should have some of that stuff. Oh, you're 59. So yeah, I think you know better than I do. It's really the same as with everything else. You lived a long life. You had to allocate energy to different things. I don't know what works for you. For me, if I rape myself into practicing, I start resenting it and I just don't want to come back. And I raped myself into practicing before plenty of times. And in the long run, it always blew up in my face. So I don't know how it is for you, my friend. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm 40 years old. And he's like, dude, I'm 59, chill. Yeah, well, then I'm sure you know more about this than I do. Because you lived a longer life and you've had to experience different things like how to start habits, stop habits, how to allocate your energy. That's what I find to be the issue here, For me, what works is not to rape myself into practicing. And this way, I just don't practice if I don't want to, and usually a day or two later, I'll want to. Because I didn't do it, I didn't force myself, I didn't make it appear as a have to do, Shells, by the way, you guys, everyone needs to know how to play shells. everyone needs to know how to play shells. You need. Do you guys know what shells are? 3 and 7. Hold on, let me try something with you guys. Let me try something. So maybe I can make it that you can see my keyboard. No, I don't know. Forget it. I'll do it next time. But shells is the 3 and 7 of every chord, and you guys have to know how to play it. For instance, like if it's a C major, and you have to be able to play 3 and 7, because all the harmony that you play is built around the shells, like 3 7, and then the bass 3 7 9 13 sharp 11. But you see, the 3 7 is the mom and dad of every chord after the bass, of course. So get your shells together, you guys. Lewis asks, sorry for another question. No, that's fine. But do you have any exercises or something to improve being able to truly play what you hear? Yes. I have a video that's called Inner Listener. That's what that exercise is for that. I think it's called Inner Listener. Look it up on my channel. Inner Listener. That's exactly what you're looking for. Hey, Ruslan, did you create the backing tracks for your practice, or was it iReal Pro? No, I made them myself. I make them myself because this way I have more flexibility with it. But I could also use the app. But those I made myself. Do you think learning is faster when you're younger? Will it take me twice as long because I'm 40 plus? Well, David, it's not what I think. There's medical research in this. Yes, of course it's faster when you're younger. That's not a matter of opinion. That's a matter of scientific fact. But the advantages of being older is, at least I don't know about you, but I'm not really in a hurry anywhere. If it's going to take me a little longer, I'll take the time. And it will also be more meaningful for me because I am now coming from a much more deeper place than I'm older. Now that I'm older. And if it will take a little longer, which of course it will, that's fine. We are not in competition. You are not in competition with anyone, David, and neither am I, right? We're doing it to enrich our soul. And we're doing it to express ourselves. It's like, you're still going to be alive probably in 5 years. And in 5 years, you'll be alive and you'll either know how to play piano well or you won't. And that depends on what you're going to do during these 5 years. So might as well figure it out. Hello, Ruslan. I'm starting piano and I feel like I take too long to switch chords. Is there any exercise to help me transition faster between chords? Yes. Yes. You have to practice everything with a metronome. And find the slow speed where you can switch chords, where it's slow enough. Find that speed and switch the chords. Also, practice switching 2 chords. If you have a song and there's 50 chords, don't do that. Practice switching the first 2, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then the first 3. 1, 2, second chord, third chord. First chord, second chord, third chord. And you do it in time to a metronome. Right? You do it in time to a metronome. Not too fast. Make it in the tempo that you can, right? Practice the first 2 chords slowly with a metronome until it becomes easier. And then increase the tempo. Or maybe instead of 2 chords, start practicing 3 chords. The point is, dissect it this way. Slow it down for yourself into a manageable chunk that you can actually process instead of being overwhelmed, Raphael, with all these chords flying at you. Pick 2 chords. Practice switching 2 chords. Thanks for your answer. Is there a harmonic concept you've discovered recently that's helping you? Huh. The harmonic concept. Yeah, I mean, I'm always exploring these kind of things. I'm about to take Larry Golding's video course on how to reharmonize, I think, Moon River or some song. I'm expecting to find a lot of cool stuff there. I don't know that there has been one lately for me. I've been kind of checking out voicings that I've been finding. And then, of course, like if I find a voicing, I'll try to run it in every key and stuff like that. But yeah, I need some more harmonic concepts. Hold on, let me try. If you guys give me 2 seconds, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to put the keyboard on the screen. 1 second. Screen capture. 1 second. Remote desktop screen capture. Add. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted. Bye. That sucks. I'm trying to bear with me for a second, you guys, and I'm going to put a keyboard on the screen. So I'm going to play things, and I can really explain it to you and really demonstrate. Give me a second. Let me see. Okay, add screen capture. Screen capture 1. No, that's not it. Because if I can make you guys see the keyboard. 1 second. Screen siphon frame add. Let's see. How the fuck do I? Okay, 1 second. I'm going to answer all of your questions. I just want to put this damn keyboard on the screen. So I'm working on that. Screen capture. 1 second. Window. 1 second. You're about to see my keyboard pretty soon. And then I can really help you guys. 1 second. It's coming, I swear. 1 moment. It's coming. I should have set it up ahead of time. Let's see. I want to read what you guys are saying. Do you think learning? Okay, let's see. Starting with fast. It's awesome. Thank you. Do you have some advice practicing rhythm changes? Yeah, the same. Yeah, I'm doing a window capture. The same advice for practicing rhythm changes as for everything else. It's just a set of chord changes, right? You don't, it doesn't matter that it's rhythm changes. It's not, it's okay. I think it's working. Hold on. I think it's working, you guys. I think it's working. I think you guys are about to see. Me do this thing for you guys. Oh crap! How do you move this shit? Oh man. Let's see. I'm almost there. Bear with me. Let's see. That is so annoying. That it's moving the whole screen for me. Wow. I'm failing. When am I coming to Argentina? When they allow us to travel is when I'm coming to Argentina. Hopefully soon. I can't wait. I've actually never been to Argentina before. And it really, it really makes me sad because I really want to go. And they have a lot of cool jazz festivals there and a lot of cool clubs. And hopefully I'll be able to go sometime soon. 1 second. Oh my god, I swear to you guys, I'm gonna get it done. I swear to you, I'm gonna get it done. It's coming. That's it. I made it work. Okay, good. Okay, good, 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 good. Boom. Do you guys see the keyboard? Nice. So, you guys know what shells are? This is something everyone should be able to play. So here's, yeah, my Christmas tree has to go. Here's shells in C. Here's the C, it's the bass, right? The shell is the 7 and the 3. You guys should all be able to play shells to dominant chords and major chords like major 7 shell, major 7, 3. So if I say A minor, shell, 7, 3. E minor, shell, 7, 3, or 7th major 3. Either way, you should be able to do it because this is how you build everything. Like on the shell, like a hip jazz chord is just a shell with a bunch of extensions, right? It's the 1, 7, 3, and then a bunch of other things. But it's really the shell that holds the chord together because the shell is the 7 and the 3. The 3 tells you whether it's a major chord or minor, and the 7 tells you whether it's a dominant function or not. So that's super important. Let me go change the colors on these keys so you could see the keys more clearly on the screen. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. Here and here. Now you'll see the keys in a nice clear color, like so. Okay, what was that E chord? Let's see. You start with 7 and 3, or it can also be 3 or 7. Here's your chord. Do you understand why this chord is cool? And do you understand what's going on? What's going on is this. This is a scale. A chord is just... That's really the sound. This is just... This is just that scale spread around. Right? So I took... Always think of these things as the scale. The scale is the sound, not the chord. The chord is just notes from the scale spread around the keyboard. And then if you like this voicing, start playing it all over the keyboard. And master it in every key. Because, I mean, you know, that's a useful dominant voicing, I think. Yeah, let's see what else. Oh, I think I got through all the questions. Nice. Look, we almost have 30 people. We have 30 people here. That's cool. I thought it would be a lot less because it's late. Or maybe for me it's late. I don't know. Maybe for some other people it's not late. Any insight on comping in an ensemble where there might be more than one harmonic instrument? Ah, I hate those ensembles. I think I usually lay out. If there's a guitar player comping and we take turns, or you have to get really creative and play like counterpoint if the other person's comping, or play some kind of other part. One thing's for sure, I don't recommend that you both do the same thing, right? Just like accompany as though the other person isn't even there. That's for sure a non-starter. That's a no-go. But for instance, if someone's playing a comping, right? Let me record a blues and I'll comp, and then I'll show you what I would do. Hold on. That's the regular comping, right? Was I recording that? Yeah, so here, I recorded that, and now I'm going to be the other comper. Watch what I'm doing. I'm going to try to get out of the way of the first person, right, the real comping instrument. I'm going to try to also comp, but very sort of intelligently, and try to not get in their way, and try to not get in the way of the soloist too, which is, challenging. Especially for me right now, because I have no soloists. Let's see. Here's what I would do if I was the other comping instrument. I'm going to play, first of all, in a different register than the first comper. I don't want to clash with the first comper. I'm going to play in a different register. If they're playing dense, I'm going to play sparse. If they're playing sparse, I'm going to play maybe dense. I'm going to try to complete them in other way, instead of just ignoring that they're there and just stumbling all over each other. So let's see here. I'm going to comp in the higher register because here, this is the comping I just recorded. Right? So I'll do something like this. See what I'm doing? I'm almost creating a counterpoint. If I have to play, I'll either lay out or I'll do some shit like this, right? And for instance, I'll lay out in the beginning, and then to help build the solo, maybe I'll come in halfway through with that high register stuff as though I was a flute part, as though this is an orchestra. And he's comping and I'm playing the other part. So just trying to complete one another, and not, for sure, whatever you do, don't just ignore one another. Don't just start both comping the same way at the same time. I don't particularly like it. I think some people don't mind it. I think Gary Burton doesn't mind it. He's notorious for having had two harmonic instruments in a band or more. But yeah, that's my cheap advice. Yeah, I know. Oh my god, we have like over 30 people in here. That's awesome. I must look really sexy. You guys are just sitting there, all 30 of you, and you're staring at me. You don't even want to talk. You just want to look at how pretty I am. Yep, look, I don't blame you. I'm friggin' pretty. If you can't sound good, at least you can look good, right? That's right. Can you learn a new jazz lick right now? Yeah, I can. I just have to practice it. Rhythm changes. Are you concentrating on scales or chord tones? Both. When I practice the scales, and then I practice the chord tones too. And when I'm playing a solo, I'm not concentrating on either. Just like when you speak English, you don't concentrate on adjectives or verbs. Just curious, what is the sample library I'm using for the piano? It's Alicia Keys' Piano Native Instruments. Any advice to practice comp voicings like I just played in the blues? Yeah. When this video is over, go to the video, transcribe 1 or 2 voicings from the ones that you liked that I play. For instance, here's a voicing, right? And suppose you like it, right? If you like it, then take it and start moving it around so you could get comfortable with it. Or then you want a different voicing, maybe this one. Right? Okay. If you go to this video that I played like 10 minutes ago, and you transcribe the voicing, then you'll be like, okay, here's the voicing. Now, okay, let's see. It's F, right? No, it's B flat, sorry. And what does it sound like an F? Practice specific voicings that you like in different places on the keyboard. Like here, I'm going to do a blues, and I'm going to use the same voicing, like how I would practice a voicing. Let's see. Yeah, here. I'm going to use the same voicing on B flat, same voicing on F. Crap. I'm messing up. Here, same voicing. I just move it around with the changes. See? And this way I'm really mastering the specific voicing. Or I could take a different voicing and then just stick to that one. For instance, let's do this one. Same voicing. And I'm just practicing this one and changes. Or some other voicing. Just go transcribe some cool voicings you like and really practice them like this. Move them around. Stick to one at a time, like the way I just did. And you'll eventually get it in your ears and in your fingers, which is the goal. So we just lost Chick almost exactly 1 year ago after losing Lyle. Oh man, tell me about it. Do you find yourself more drawn to the style of one or the other? Man, wow, what a tough question. No, I don't. I love them both equally. I love Lyle to death. And I love Chick to death, obviously. Yeah, no, I love them both. I'm a huge Lyle Mays fan. If you listen to my last album, you'll hear moments there. You'll know that. And I'm a huge Chick Corea fan because, well, you know, but I used to sound just like Chick, just without his depth because I was a kid. Practice comp voicings like you just play Bee's Knees. I'll play Bee's Knees in a sec. Who did I listen to, the younger man, to inform me? Chick Corea, Keith Jarrett, Kenny Kirkland, Russell Ferrante, Lyle Mays, Michelle Petrucciani. Those were my guys when I was a kid. Red Garland, amazing. What is there to think of Red Garland or Wynton Kelly or Bud Powell? Those guys are the pillars on which we stand. Can you show an example of chord tone only solo? Sure, I'm happy to. Let me find a tune that has a lot of chords so I could really demonstrate. Here. I think Giant Steps has a lot of chords. And I'm going to try to play a chords only solo. Let's see. I'm going to play a Giant Steps solo, you guys. And I'm going to only use chord tones. Or I'm going to try. If I fail, you can shame me and unsubscribe. But I won't fail. No, I just might fail. What the hell? Hold on, here we go. Here's the head. A little faster. I can do a little faster. Chord tones only, right? Next chorus I'm gonna start. Oh, shit. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, it's challenging. And then you can get more musical with it, less musical with it, you know. Let's see. When you record, what would you say is a percentage of the of on the spot improvisation versus parts that are worked out ahead of time? Do you prefer to be rehearsed or in the moment when recording? Um, it depends on the music. When it's improvised music, nothing is rehearsed except the arrangement of the song. And certainly nothing in the solo is rehearsed. There's nothing to work out in improvising except when you practice doing it. How can you ever become comfortable with improv over a piece like Giant Steps? Do you practice playing over the chord slowly until you internalize the changes? Yes, that is exactly what I do. That's right, and I have a bunch of videos on how to do it on this channel, and I think you might find them helpful. Do I hear music in my dreams? I don't know. I don't remember my dreams very well. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll remember, oh yeah, I just dreamt this weird shit. It doesn't appear weird in the dream at all, but when you wake up looking back at it, it's like, oh my god. Do I hear music? I think I do sometimes, yeah. Would I play something similar to the style of Michel Petrucciani? Oh gosh. Yeah, I love Michel Petrucciani. No. Michel. Michel. Oof. Yeah. So the answer is no, I can't. But I can play something that reminds me of him, and what a tremendous, amazing musician he was, Michel Petrucciani. Have I ever heard of Aydın Esen? Yes, Aydın is awesome. He's a Turkish jazz piano player. He was a teacher of a couple of my friends from Berklee. Aydın Esen is amazing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Michelle. I love Michelle Petrucciani has an album called Playground. I don't know that it's one of his more known. I think it's not as known as some other albums. Playground is probably in my top 10 favorite albums of all time. Playground is an amazing album. I grew up listening to that album. Michelle Petrucciani, Playground. I think it's Anthony Jackson, Omar Hakim on drums. Is it Omar Hakim or is it Jenna Vanelli's brother? I forget. But anyway, that record is bananas. You guys, Michelle Petrucciani, Playground. It's really very digestible music. It's not overly complicated, but it's so well done. What's my favorite steak doneness? I haven't had meat in over 11 years. So I don't know that I could answer that question. I remember liking it medium rare. My top 10 records, I mean, I need more than 10. Come on. That's not fair. Let me do a better job with that giant step solo. I'm not really... Oh, hold on. Let me... Oh, you're going to transcribe... Funny. Can you play something in Jacob Collier style? You know, some crazy chords and alien stuff. I'm not really sure that I can. I don't really... I mean, he plays really dense harmonies, Jacob. I'm not really sure. When I hear it, it doesn't occur to me as that. Like, it just... I don't know. It just occurs like he really colors a lot of places in the music. Gosh. Like he'll play some stuff like like the chord per note. Yeah, he's got a lot of harmony. A lot. Oh, we have 35 people. Amazing. Gospel passing chords. Oh, I remember those years. Oh, let me try. Man, you know, it's been a while since I... let's see. Yeah, well, that's what kind of remained from all those years. I keep coming in and out because I'm still out driving. Thanks a lot about your every pieces. Oh, thank you so much, John. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. And John Sean, and then John Heron says, love your music and have really benefited from YouTube improv lessons. That's awesome. Uh, favorite adult beverage? Uh, yeah, some single malt whiskeys. I have a bunch here at the house. I'm about to pour myself some actually. Um, single malt scotch. I'm game. Um, favorite non-musical activity for me? Well, I'm a brainiac sort of guy. I watch a lot of debates and lectures on sociology, philosophy, psychology. I do that more every day than I do music. I watch public intellectuals debate interesting topics about interesting things. Um, that my intellectual life actually occupies most of my day these days, more than music. Wasn't always this way. Thanks, Ruslan. Stravinsky, Debussy. Yeah, I love them both. I don't remember how to play any of their repertoire because, gosh, how long. But I really like them, and I should pour myself a adult beverage, actually. Ha. Just might soon. This is fun, you guys. This is like 33 people here. Would you click like on the video if you haven't yet? It helps the video pop up in people's feeds. If it's not too much to ask, hit like on the video, please, 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 because that way people know it's there. You have to feed the algorithm. Feed the algorithm, and then the algorithm will show this video to other people, and then I can feel special and feel better about getting some views. Thank you, guys. Do you approach meditation any other way besides music? Yeah, I meditate every day. And music is not the easiest form of it. Meditation generally is difficult as hell. But difficult, well, it's just like not drowning in thought is challenging. Am I a fan of Richard Dawkins and Christopher Hitchens? Yes, more so. I mean, I like Dawkins for the book a lot, The Selfish Gene, and I really like Christopher Hitchens. I really like his use of language, his ability to drive a point. Christopher Hitchens is dearly missed. He was one of very few people who could really, like, it was really a marvel to watch him make a point, and he was he had such good underpinnings of literature, history. He was a deep well to draw, from. Thank you, Ruslan. Your music and videos are so inspiring. Cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. Do I have a to-go tune to warm up before practice or a gig? Not really. I'd rather do scales and arpeggios and warm up my fingers, and then let my mind sort of jump into the gig. Let's see. Do I like living in Los Angeles? Yes and no. It's a comfortable life. It's a comfortable life. But lately it's been getting kind of crappy. We've been having different, more crime here and more homelessness. And also there's no like a huge jazz music scene of like really killer players. But like I like it here. It's nice. Even though I'm not a summer person, I'm an autumn person. And this is a summer city. So there's also that mismatch. I would not be surprised if I have one more move in me at some point, and I'll find myself somewhere else and not in LA. I would not be surprised if that happened. 38 people. Oh my god. We're about to crash YouTube servers over here. Speyside or Isla? Both. I started with Isla. Isla got me into single malls, and then from there, Speyside Lowlands. You know, I started discovering different things. And yes, Hitchens always so knowledgeable and prepared to the subject debated. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Shit, that guy. That guy knew what he was talking about. I would love to see him in today's political climate and see what he would have to say and what commentary he might have. You guys, this is fun. Let me try to practice something in front of you, and I'll tell you what I'm going to practice. Here, I'm going to do this, you guys. I'm going to play giant steps. Let's see. I'm going to practice giant steps, and I'm going to try to play every chord from the 7, 1, 3, 5. So like... Let's see if I can do that. And I'm going to speed up the tempo so it's challenging. Ah, shit, that's fast. Seven, 1, 3, 5 is the pattern I'm practicing. Coming up. 1, 2. Let me try it faster because I think I can. I think I'm getting kind of comfortable with this. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna try to do it faster. Do you guys see what I'm doing? I'm trying to practice like a pattern, and this gives me more control over the chord changes. I decided that every chord that comes, I'm playing 7, 1, 3, 5. Every chord. So I'm doing that. Let's see. I'm gonna speed up the tempo. Oh god, that's too fast. 7-1-3-5 is the pattern I'm going for. Let's see. That's up there. That's up there. If the practice is not harder than the game, you're not doing it right. That's right. Whew. So that's 7-1-3-5. I'm going to do now the next one, 5-7-1-3. Oh my god, that's tough. But you see, you practice stuff like this that sounds kind of dry and stupid, and then walk away, and then come play the tune and see what your fingers start to play. You're gonna feel so much freer than you did before. Because this is the kind of stuff that gives you real control over the changes, like practicing only chord tone solos. Or say like 7-1-3-5. Or like what I'm about to do next is 5-7-1-3. It sounds dumb and dry, like what the fuck? It's not even music. You're right, it's not music. It's what you do in order to be able to translate your emotions into playing. You give yourself every freedom possible by practicing as many sort of permutations and as many corners of the Giant Steps universe. So that when you're improvising on it on the gig, you're free. Do I dig klezmer music? Yeah. Giant Sweats is about right, Con. What is my opinion on the Barry Harris method 6 diminished scale? Oh, it's awesome. There is a guy now on YouTube. His name is Isaac Raz. And he's Barry's student. And what he did, he started a YouTube channel teaching all the Barry Harris stuff, but like organized. Because Barry's stuff, like you have to fish for it, right? Like you have to go through the videos. But so this guy studied with Barry Harris for years and years and years. And he has like entire notebooks of Barry's stuff. Isaac Raz. Yeah, Barry Harris stuff is really awesome. Could you show us how to incorporate blues funk licks into jazz improv? I'm not really sure. I try not to improvise with licks in the first place. It's because when I start playing licks, it means I'm playing completely from my fingers. And I don't really want to play from my fingers. I can sort of improvise with the blues in mind, but I don't really think of it as integrating one type of licks into others. Giant steps chord linked with common note, not necessarily fast. Of course, I have a whole video where I did that. Here. So. So. Has the government hung us musicians out to dry? Well, yeah, we kind of fall within the purview of, people they're trying to help with unemployment and the stimulus checks and whatnot. That's yeah. Other than that, yeah, we're kind of screwed. We're gonna be the last ones to get our jobs back because, there's no such thing as a socially distanced concert as far as I'm aware. But maybe there's going to be, because maybe there's going to be no choice. But then we still have to travel through airports, and that's going to suck unless we're all vaccinated. I don't know. For now, it looks like it doesn't look like we're going to be there anytime soon in terms of like actual public events. You guys. Chord notes solos. I need to do that more. I'm going to do that more. I'm going to end it here. I'm going to keep this video live. It's going to stay on my channel. I'm gonna do this again, maybe tomorrow. Fuck, I might do it every day or something. Come on back, and maybe I'll put like one of those things the real YouTubers do. They put like scheduled for tomorrow at 10 p.m. and everyone like signs up or whatnot. So I'll try that. I'll try that now and see if it works. Thank you guys for coming so much. This was so awesome. I really enjoyed myself. Thank you for the good questions. And I think this setup works. I think you guys can hear me talk. You guys can hear me play. You guys can see the keyboard in front of you. I think this is not bad, right? So I'm gonna do that more of that. I'm gonna do more of that again. Okay? And until then, happy practicing.